Hi, welcome to Life Buddy. Today I'd like to talk to you about the importance of digital intelligence. Now, we often talk about IQ, sometimes we also talk about EQ, which is emotional intelligence, but today I'd like to talk to you about DQ, which is digital intelligence. I came across this recently when I was starting to consider the impact of the amount of time that we're all spending online. I'm wondering indeed whether it was good for us or not. There's a great institute called the dqinstitute.org. You may want to have a look at it. And one of the things that they focus on is really helping us understand that actually the amount of time that we're spending online, interacting using technology as a tool, but also as a way to build relationships and to engage with each other, is a really important new form of intelligence. And what that means is that we potentially need to build a really comprehensive new set of skills and competencies. And those skills may be technical, they may be cognitive, involving our minds and our brains, and they may be socio-emotional, which means that they also involve the way in which we engage with each other, make friendships, build relations, and have conversations online. What does this mean in practice? Well, having digital intelligence means that we know how to use our technology wisely, but we also know how to use it respectfully and safely. And this is really important for adults and obviously for children. But it also means knowing how to manage the demands of technology without it impacting on our well-being and our emotional health. We all recognize the importance of embracing technology and using technology to be able to work and also to be able to homeschool as well and involve the children with their schooling. But are we spending too much time on technology? Do we use technology as a reward, or do we just think that technology is there as a tool? It's all really about how we live a digital life, and it's really important that we improve our digital intelligence. The Institute talks about 8 areas that may be of interest to us in terms of exploring and improving our digital intelligence. The first one, the most obvious one really, is about our online presence and knowing the impact of our actions. What's our digital footprint? How often are we leaving our personal details for other people to be able to access, whether that's on social media or on websites? So knowing your own identity is really important. But the second aspect is really important, and that's having some knowledge about the different devices and social media that we use, and thinking about controlling our time so that we balance being offline with being online. And digital use is really important part of our digital intelligence. There's obviously digital safety, and I'm talking about things like cyberbullying here. So really understanding the risks associated with using digital tools and technology is really important. And of course, linked with our safety is also our security. So that's having a little bit of knowledge about hacking and scams and virus security. It's really important that we have a bit of knowledge about that as well. But then we move on to the more emotional parts, if you like, of using digital tools online. And that's how supportive and empathetic we can be in terms of understanding the importance of building good relationships online. Is it possible to have digital emotional intelligence? Thinking about how we can use technology to communicate, collaborate with others is really important. And in fact, during recent months, I've realized that I have communicated and collaborated with people all over the world. So understanding how digital communication can enhance our lives, enhance our learning particularly, is really important, but also recognizing that actually there's a place for it in terms of being really careful about the values that you have and the importance of respecting this tool. And then comes digital literacy. That's actually our ability to be able to find content, evaluate content, understand content, share content, really reflect on whether the content that you're sharing and accessing is true. Is it something that you're just absorbing, or are you being curious and questioning that? So digital literacy is our ability to be able to question the content that we find online. And then finally, we have digital rights, which is our ability to be able to understand and uphold our personal and legal rights. So understanding around things like intellectual property and freedom of speech are very important. So there's a whole range of things now that we need to become perhaps more familiar with. And this is what we call digital intelligence, our ability to be able to recognize that using technology is here to stay. It's an important part of our future. It's going to enable us to learn and to grow. But there are also risks associated with it, and understanding that we need to balance offline and online. We need to be aware of the risks of the relationships that we're building online, and we also have to be aware of the security risks around associated with that. Remember, the important thing is about our values. If we have low digital intelligence, we may find it really difficult to identify unhelpful or malicious behaviour that is aimed at us. We may not be able to see those digital red flags. If we have high IQ, we can use technology with real respect. So just for this week, I would encourage you all to log on to www.dqinstitute.org and have a think about digital intelligence in your life, in your family. Are you getting the balance right between using technology, using it wisely, using it respectfully, using it well, and the offline time, which is really important for our mental and emotional health? Good luck exploring that topic.